The Chaunce Hayden Show is sponsored by Stitcher Radio. Listen on the go via the Stitcher mobile app. For more information, go to stitcher.com/GFQ. Location provided by Sapphire New York. Visit them at nysapphire.com.
You think you have me all down, you think me, I will always be one step ahead.
Don't hurt me, for real. Ah! Ah! Look at her teeth! No, she has fangs! I'm not even kidding! Ah! 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 Oh God! Oh God! Oh my God! Are you insane? Hey everybody, you're watching the Chaunce Hayden Show, broadcasting live from the Sapphire Gentlemen's Club in New York City, the world's greatest gentlemen's club, from the exclusive Boomer and Carton Room, back in the club where things go on that we will not speak about. Heather,
Never.
We won't even discuss it. We'll just say this is a cool room in the back of the club that costs a lot of money to hang out in.
That's right.
But we get to hang out here for free.
How are you?
I'm doing great. Heather Robinson, part of the crew from Cliff and Heather Robinson, famed married couple. Cliff, NBA star. Heather, New Jersey housewife. Whatever, we're not sure yet. We're going to get to the bottom of it. Let's start with that. So You were on the show a couple of months ago, you and your great husband Cliff. But we spent so much time talking to Cliff that we really didn't get a lot of time to talk to you. But yet there were so many questions for you. And it was driving us crazy. But now we got you alone.
Okay.
Now you're in
Shoot
trouble.
away, you got me.
All right, let's start with this. New Jersey Housewives. A lot of talk going on. They keep teasing what's happening next season, who the new cast members are going to be. You were a hit last year. For the times that you were on, you're sexy, you're beautiful, you're perfect for the show. What's happening in 2013? Are we going to see you on the show?
I'm going to give you this. I wasn't chosen.
Really?
I wasn't chosen.
How do you feel about that?
Everything happens for a reason.
Right.
From what I gather, what I can tell, what's going on, they're pretty much sticking to the same format. Will I be on again as a guest? Maybe, but as an official housewife, I was not.
Andrew already has a question.
I do.
Okay, what is it?
It felt like they were going towards you.
Yeah, it did.
Like from watching the show, I was like, oh, she's definitely going to be on. She's great on the show. They pushed that, the hot tub scene. I mean, it was a big part of the show this season. Do you think something changed from that point to now?
It's reality TV, it's hard to know what really happened. It was hot for a minute and then it just fizzled, but I thought I did my part, meaning that I stuck to not saying much. I never pushed it. It was, it is what it is.
Do you think the girls on the show have a say who comes in?
I do. I think that they have some sort of say on who they prefer to
Who doesn't
film
like
with.
you? Who doesn't? Let's just say Teresa. Why doesn't Teresa like you? What happened with you and Teresa?
Honestly, Teresa, I don't think Teresa can say that she doesn't like me, because Teresa and I met a few years back through Jacqueline, and this is when they were casting years ago. And Teresa was very pleasant to me. We had dinner at Tao after one of her book signings. We never had an issue.
What a phony baloney. And backstabbing you, and you didn't even know it. Smiling in your face, and then backstabbing you to Bravo. What?
Maybe. She's got a lot of power, Teresa.
She's got a lot of power, right?
She does. She does. She has a lot of say. She's the star of the show.
In your heart, do you think something like that happened? In your heart, be honest. Because
what do you mean?
Nobody's watching right now. It's just you and me.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Do you think Teresa blackballed you from the show?
It's really hard to say.
Because you're friends with Kathy.
I can't think of anyone else who would. Friends with Kathy. I'm friends with Jacqueline. I have no problems with Caroline.
How about Melissa?
Melissa seems to do her own thing.
Because you're beautiful. You would be, by far, the best-looking woman on the show if you were picked up.
That's a nice compliment. There are
but that's got to bother them. It's got to be a threat to them.
They're all beautiful in their own way.
No.
Yes, they are. They all have different dynamics.
External. I'm talking about external. Total superficial external beauty. Right?
No, because Jacqueline is glowing from the heart. Kathy's glowing from the heart. And I'm going to say
You know
that.
what I'm saying? But they're beautiful people inside. But I'm talking about the exterior. Melissa Gorga is the only one
That you think is
that
hot.
I think is hot. And you, I think, would be the hottie on the show if you got picked up. And that has to be a threat to the cast.
Well, it is what it is. They did what they did. I don't know what the producers are doing, but I will just say this. I did not get a call or a contract or anything more to say come and do the show.
What do you think about Rosie? You think she's going to come back?
Rosie, you'll see Rosie.
Yeah. Because she didn't get paid anything last season. And I thought that was horrible.
Yeah.
You got to watch these people. You need an agent. Do you have an agent?
I do.
Was your agent pushing you? Do you have a guy working for you?
I have a guy, yeah.
You have a guy?
Yes.
Because you need a guy.
I got a guy.
You got your guy.
But he absolutely didn't push anything with Housewives. We stayed clear from pushing
But
Housewives.
maybe it's a blessing because you could do a lot of things. Do you still want TV? Do you want that?
I want to tap into reality TV, but I want to do it in a different limelight. I want to do it to show a little bit more about what I do that's genuine to me, and I don't want to go on a show and just be casted in one light. That's how I feel like they were showing me in those clips.
Right, and you got to be careful too because it can be disaster. That shows ruin lives. It's ruined people. Right? You see the ugliness. You watch the final episodes last season.
The cattiness of
Wasn't
fighting,
that horrible to
that's not
watch?
me.
I mean, I couldn't even picture Cliff in that environment.
No, he wouldn't.
He wouldn't even be involved in it.
He wouldn't even be involved.
And so,
I mean, if he had to be, but he would probably.
No.
He always says this show is called Housewives, not House Husbands.
I couldn't picture Cliff, Rich, and Joe, and the other Joe all in the same room.
Yeah, it
Cliff would
doesn't-
stand out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
He's not that kind of guy.
Maybe that's what they thought. You know, at the end, they probably looked at the dynamics and said, we weren't a fit.
Cliff is not going to be he's not going to fit in because he's not going to buy into that craziness. You know, it's good because for the husbands, and it's funny because in the first season, the husbands weren't really a part of it. You never really
And
saw
now
the
they're
husbands.
very
And now
involved.
they've incorporated the husbands and they're a big part of it. And a part of the awkwardness.
Right,
the
and I don't
infighting.
like that.
No.
I lost a lot
I had a
of...
lump in my throat watching it.
It took away from the show of it being about women and their lives, and the glam is gone. It's, you know, there's no more of these nice luncheons and fashion trips.
It's about
and all
ugliness
these
and
things.
hatred.
Yeah, and it's the same. It's the same fight, repetitive, over and over and over again.
Is
The same
Melissa a
fight.
stripper? You know, Teresa is jealous of Teresa. It's just the
Who
same
gives
thing
a
over and
shit?
over again. Who cares? You're
Yeah,
right.
get something
I think you're
new.
better off. And I bet you could do a lot of other things. What about basketball wives?
Yeah, let me get on there.
You can do other things like basketball wives. You don't need to do.
Let me get on there and get my ass kicked.
Right.
There we go. That's it.
They're fighting on that show.
I know.
yeah.
I know.
That's a good look. Thanks, Chauncey.
Have they ever approached you for that show?
I've had a contact for that, yes.
Have you really?
Yes, I've had a what do they call those? Casting agents? No,
Is that you?
I said right away, that's you. I'm good
So
with that.
you've actually had that happen. No, I wouldn't want you involved in that mess. So what are we gonna do with? Where's your fit? What are we gonna do with you? You're beautiful. You have charisma. You definitely are camera friendly. You have a celebrity superstar husband. Where are we gonna put you in front of the camera?
Where?
Where's your fit? It's happening, but where?
It's got to be something that I love doing, and I love doing the philanthropy. I like doing the celebrity philanthropy. I like chasing down the celebs and the athletes, making them do good.
But you also have an edge to you. See, you can't paint yourself that much as an angel because when you look at Heather Robinson, you have this devilish smile on your face all the time.
Because you bring it out.
Don't blame
It's
me.
your
No,
fault.
you can't blame me. I'm just a good selector of people that have a devil inside them. You have a devil inside you.
Okay.
You know that, right?
A little wild
A little
side.
wild side.
A little wild
so
side.
can we talk about that wild side?
Sure, go.
How wild does it get? Tell me about your life. Tell me something that you don't tell anybody else that we can learn about you today. Heather Robinson isn't just you're an angel to so many people. You do so much charity. You do so much good. You know, we all know that. But let's talk about the dark side.
Okay.
How dark does it get?
it's gotten pretty dark in the past. But
Yeah.
I will say that a lot of that has changed, and I'm getting older and I'm settling down. So some of the things that you would have saw me do in my 20s and even my 30s,
You were wild
really
in those
toned
years.
it down. I was wild enough to last 4 people their whole lifetime.
Really?
Yes.
Could you write a book?
I could definitely tell a few stories.
Why not? Why not write a book?
Do you think someone
Give me an
could
example.
interesting-
Well, it depends. How many times did you hook up with Mick Jagger?
No.
Tell us.
No, I've
David
never.
Bowie.
No.
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 Billy Joel.
No.
Never.
No. No.
No.
No.
Come on.
No celebs.
Don't make no celeb stories.
No celeb stories.
No.
No, I kept that up in
Really.
real business stuff. Yeah.
Really. Even in your wild younger days.
Even in my wild younger days, that was never. No, I have no celeb stories.
See, it drives me crazy. It's like squeezing an orange.
Like you can't
I'm
get
trying
anything.
I'm trying to make lemonade with an orange. Tell me something. I beg you. Tell us one story. Don't name names. Tell us one story that would knock us off our chair. You can be vague. You don't have to be specific.
Let me see.
Something that would make Andrew and I fall off the back of our
There's
chair.
nothing that would make you guys fall off
Oh,
your
you'd be
chair.
surprised. Andrew has no life, and I have no life.
stare at the wall all day.
We all day long. This is what we do. We beg for people like you to come on the show. We live vicariously through you.
Oh, this is a tough question.
Cliff will never
It's not
watch. Cliff will
tough,
never
but-
watch this show. I guarantee you.
But you know, I got another thing going now. That
What? Tell me.
Well, my the Robinson
Oh, so you gotta
Network,
be careful
know,
what you
I
tell
gotta be
us, yeah.
careful. I
Okay.
can't give you the gory details.
We'll have to talk over dinner.
I have to let people imagine what happened.
But it was fun.
It was
You
fun.
leave it at that. It was fun.
It was fun. At one point in time,
Right.
I can say I've had fun.
So
and
then,
now it's time to just settle down.
really,
Yeah.
you're at that point.
Sit your ass down and get.
Is that
focused.
a scary feeling when you get to that point in life where you have this wild run, and then one day you say, "Okay, it stops now."
It's
Do you
not
look in the mirror one
scary.
day? Do you just look in the mirror and you just say, "Okay,
I'm done."
all that's behind me"?
Yeah, kind of that's what happened to me.
Really?
I woke up one day after an experience and I just said, no more. I'm
Really?
done with this.
And
I'm
that's
done
it.
with
That's
this.
how it
I'm
ends.
done. I'm done.
See, I find myself, I'm older than you, and I find myself still
Tempted.
tempted and still falling into those traps.
Yeah.
I actually do. You know, I don't want to believe that it's all over. Because that's
Yeah.
like, to me, it's like saying goodbye to your youth.
Well, men and women are a little different,
Mm.
I think. For me, it was wanting to be driven in what I'm doing and do it 100%.
Right.
And in order to do that, that play stuff had to be put aside.
Right.
So don't bring no women around. Don't bring no men around. There's no hot tubs. There's no fooling around anymore for Heather.
Where did you grow up?
Remember we talked about this, Michigan.
Michigan.
Yes.
That's where your accent's from. You have a
Yes.
bit of a Michigan accent.
Yes.
You know, I don't know why, but you sound like you're from Germany. I always look at you as I always picture you as German. Why is that?
I don't know.
I want to play concentration camp with you. I want to be the Jewish prisoner, and I want you to be the guard.
Okay.
In a uniform.
Okay.
I
Role
can
play.
Totally see the role play. I don't know why you come across to me that way. You have a very authoritative way about you.
Until.
I want the striped pajamas and the whole thing.
Okay.
And I want you to yell at me.
Okay, Chauncey, I want you to stop asking me
Yeah.
these bullshit questions
That's it.
and
See, I don't know why that turns me on so much.
get to something with some substance. Let's talk about something good.
Something good? All right. Tell us what you did for your birthday.
That was yesterday.
Yes. What did you do?
The girls, group of girls that I hang out with, had dinner. We had dinner at Houston's.
Did you?
That was it.
Low key.
Low key.
Really?
No strip clubs. No private.
You're in a strip club right now.
rooms.
What do you think of strip clubs? Like, are they awkward for you? Do you feel a woman in a strip club? Is it strange?
No, I used to be a pretty good patron.
Did you?
There you go. I gave you something. I
don't like where this is going. Will
I
you
didn't
please,
work there, but I spent a lot
insist
of
you
money
change the
there.
topic. Change the topic. I'm not comfortable where you're going with this. You're making me feel uncomfortable.
Well, there you go.
So it's not so bad being here.
Yeah, no, it's not bad at all.
You still look beautiful. When people look at you and they say, "My God, this woman is stunning," plastic surgery, do you get it done? Do you not believe in it? Or is it something that you're okay with?
I've had it done. I could show you a picture of what I
What have
used
you
to
had
look
done? Because you
like.
look amazing.
My nose.
Really?
Yes, it took 10 years off me.
And say, why? What was wrong with your nose?
I had the big Indian nickel head nose.
Did you
on
really?
Inside the profile, yeah.
I've always wanted a nose job. I think I have this banana hook nose with nostrils this big.
Nah.
You
men
could fit
shouldn't be
a
getting nose
Volkswagen
jobs.
inside my nostrils. If I lift my head up and flare my nostrils, you'll be
But a nose
freaked out.
is a masculine thing on a
On a
person's
man?
face, on a man, and on a woman.
Is
So
it unsexy for a man to have a button nose? Like a little
I
tiny
think it's
nose?
a little feminine for a man to need a button nose.
You look at Brad Pitt and you look at these guys, Leonardo DiCaprio, they all have little tiny noses.
Mm-hmm.
So as a guy, you feel like you need that kind of nose, and I don't have that kind of nose. I have a big nose. Look at my describe my nose. If you're not gonna hurt my feelings.
You had my nose back before I,
So you
chopped it
agree
off.
that this
Yeah.
needs to be chopped?
but not on you, on me. I didn't want to look haggard and old with this growing. Your nose gets.
I look haggard and old. Is that what you're saying?
I didn't want to feel that way.
Right after we do the show, I'm going to emergency room and having my nose done.
I went to a doctor.
Right.
Got a consultation. He showed me before and after
Right.
on the computer, and he says, "Look at how it softens your face.
Turn sideways.
You don't look
You
so.
have a great nose.
You don't look so harsh anymore." And I lived with it this long. I didn't do it until I was, 35.
Was it scary at
36.
that age? Are you afraid at that?
I thought I was really gonna mess up my look because
Right.
I felt pretty good about myself. I thought, well, if it softens my face and I look a little more youthful,
Right.
So I did it,
And it took years off you think?
I really felt it. It showed my cheekbones
You know what they did?
more.
The doctor's good because I've seen women that get nose jobs, and they always take too much off, and you get that Michael Jackson look. You get
Yeah,
that
that sucked
where
in
you
little.
actually lose the cartilage in your nose, like you
Right.
don't have a nose, and that's when it gets weird. You have a nose, but it looks like a perfect nose.
I'm a good doctor.
Yeah, he's good. Ask me what I had done.
What'd you have done?
Nothing. Can't you tell?
No, that's not true.
No, I had stuff done. I had laser surgery. I had my face peeled. I had all the skin taken off my
What
face.
is that, for scarring and acne scarring?
No, I had always had perfect skin. I don't know why they talked me into it. They told me that I would shave years off my pale face if I took off layers of skin. So they actually burnt a couple of layers of skin off my face. They did the laser treatment with the little needles, and it took me about, Andrew, 4 months to heal?
And they were super aggressive because the doctor knew you, and it was almost like a bit at this point.
Yeah, it was almost like they did it for a
was so
joke to see
aggressive.
how bad they can make my face look.
It looked like he was in a fire. I mean, it
Yeah,
really
for months.
I've heard of people do that.
It was
It's
awful.
Scary.
It was
I don't think
awful.
I could do that. You're tough.
I couldn't leave my house for about, I say, 2 months before I could walk out of the house and not feel humiliated. And even then, I had looked like a raccoon.
A burn victim.
A burn victim, yeah.
No, I don't think I could do that unless my skin was really bad.
And oddly enough, my skin was the only thing on my face that wasn't bad. Like, everything else is bad except for my skin. Like, I have good skin. I never had acne or anything, except for the fact that I'm incredibly pale. Like, incredibly pale.
It's all good.
No, you look at my skin and it's scary,
You're a pale
right?
face, but it's all good.
All right, so at least you're being honest. You know that my face is shockingly pale. What would you do if you were me to fix this?
To do like a what? If you want some color,
Is it fixable?
it's not fixable.
It's not.
No, because
There's nothing anybody can do for me.
There's nothing you can do.
I'm gonna kill myself after the show. Are you serious? This is it for me?
Have you tried the sunless tanners? They just kind of make you orangey.
Make me orangey.
Yeah. Just
So
leave it
I
alone.
gotta just live with myself and how I look.
Live with how God made you.
So you have great skin color. Is that tanning or?
This is all natural. I have not been in the sun since August.
Wow.
So this is my natural color.
You remind me of a Hollywood actress, like, but not today. Like you like retro. You're like Sophia Loren. You have
That's a nice
that olive
compliment.
skin and the full lips and the dark sultry hair. You look like a retro '60s beauty queen.
That's nice.
That's nice, right?
That's a nice compliment. That's a major compliment.
That's a major compliment. You have that look to you.
Those women all of them were beautiful in their day.
And you know what? They age beautifully. Sophia Loren I don't know if she ever had work done, but if you see her today, she's as beautiful today as she was in the 60s. There are some women that hold on to their beauty and don't do much at all.
Well.
They age well. They age gracefully. You know,
Well,
and
I hope that's me.
No, that's you. You look great.
I hope that's me.
So then, all right. So here you are. We discussed it. You're beautiful. You're an entrepreneur. You have all these projects going on. A lot of charity events. Are you happy?
I'm happy with finally following my passion. I'm happy being able to do what I love to do, and that it's actually coming to fruition. I'm seeing all the hard work that I've done come to fruition.
You have a celebrity lifestyle. You don't have to worry about money. When you're in that position, and we've had people on the show like that they just don't have to work. They're
Sit on their ass,
they're
stay
lucky.
home.
They're lucky in life that for whatever God's blessings are, they're in a position that they don't have to worry about money. What is that like? You can easily sit on your ass and do nothing all day. You don't do that.
I tried it.
How do you process that in your head, knowing that you don't have to work?
Well, I don't believe that. I don't care how much money if you have $1 million, you have $20 million, you have $1 billion.
Right.
If you have work ethic in you, you're gonna go and work. You're not gonna sit around and call it good. That's just drive and ambition, and that's something that not everybody has. So it doesn't matter
You
what I
gotta get up in the
have.
morning. You don't.
And
have
what
to
am I
get up.
gonna do if I don't work? It's not me to just go to the gym, then go to the spa, then go
But
to.
does it change the way you perceive life? I mean, I worry. My biggest stress in life is, oh my God, how am I going to pay my mortgage next month? I'm literally taking quarter jars, pouring them upside down, and going,
I used
just
to
one
do
more
that.
quarter, and I can pay my mortgage this month.
I used to do that. I know how that feels.
You know how that feels?
Yeah.
Isn't it great not to feel that anymore?
Yeah.
Like, it's a great feeling. I can't even imagine it. What a great life you have. But you understand that, right? You understand how blessed you are. I would love to have that sensation for a year where I wouldn't have to worry about money. You don't have to. What a great feeling.
We all have to worry about money. It's some form or another. Just our bills are bigger than yours. How about that? Everybody has to worry about money.
Is that what happens? Like, yeah, because if you lived my life, you would laugh. If you saw my house,
Well, the simpler the life, the less complicated, right?
when you make money, you live large.
And when you start living large and you start taking care of more people, and
Right.
your husband has like a bunch of kids before, everything
Right.
becomes like
Right.
much more. It's a lot more stress to keep it all going.
Right,
So
right.
you can't just sit around and go. You got to constantly work, and you got to
Do
constantly.
you guys ever
think
fight
of
about
things.
money? Has that even come up, or it's not something you even need to discuss? Like, it's
We've had arguments. We've had some pretty bad arguments about
About money? Really?
Yes, and
that's interesting to me.
yeah, and that's
So on any level, for people watching the show, it doesn't matter if you're rich or poor, money's always an issue, right?
money is always an issue, and what you do with your money, and how you invest your money,
Right.
and choices you make. There's always room to fight about that.
I'm not even kidding. I was literally counting quarters this month to pay my mortgage. It was the saddest moment in my whole life. I actually have a quarter jar, and I try to turn it over. I'm going, $5, $6.
Aw.
Isn't that horrible? I'm the guy that goes to the bank, and you know they have those. This is the greatest thing ever. In banks now, they have those machines where you pour the
Pour the
quarters in,
change?
and it counts. And you can even bet. You can push a button, and if you guess how much money you have in the jar, you
get
win like
extra?
a prize. You get like a lollipop. And I actually bet and hope I win. That's my life at this point in my life.
You are not.
I mean, of course I am. That's Andrew, right?
Is he telling me a fib?
Oh no, he's poor. He has nothing. He makes nothing. We don't pay him here.
He's just going doing all these things.
Yeah,
for
counting
nothing.
quarters,
Okay.
going between car seats. So your life.
We need to
that's why
get
your
you a
life is
better
fat.
job.
I know. I
Work
know.
on that.
Yes. So what projects are you working on now? Like, tell me what you're doing right now.
Well, I just got off a big run. If you've been watching and noticing stuff, I did a ton of events this past fall, and I'm good right now. I'm like not starting anymore until after the 1st.
Okay.
So through the holidays, I'm chilling. But we're working with Courtside Jones, which is something that we've been helping the friends of ours launch for the past 5 years, and it just got picked up by Fox.
Really?
So yeah, we're
It's
partnered
called
with them.
Courtside
It's going to be
Jones.
a documentary style, interview style sports show, and it's going to air in another week or so. So you'll
No kidding.
see it. Mm-hmm.
And is Cliff on the show?
Cliff was one of the first people that we interviewed.
Eh,
They interviewed.
Are you on the show as well?
I'm going to do a plug in there. I'm going to do
No
like
kidding.
a street interview.
That's amazing. See, you should be on TV. You should be. It's crazy that you're not.
The guys behind it are really good friends of mine. We've been supportive. They are so supportive of me. It's like anything philanthropic that they can do to help, and we kind of just bounce off each other.
Right.
It's been good. So I owe a lot to those guys too.
Any New Year's resolutions?
I made one last year to be good, and I've stuck to that. So this year, I want to get back in the gym full time, and I kind of got too busy this year, so.
It looks like you never missed a day in the
I
gym.
want to get
for
back
last
in
10
the.
years.
Oh my God, I'm like
Really?
10 pounds over where I need to be right now.
Really?
Yeah.
I wish I had your life. Do you have a pool in your house?
A pool?
Yeah.
No, we gotta have
You don't
it
have a
for
pool?
dinner. We got a regular, classic colonial.
What kind of rich people are you? You're like lame. You don't have a
Not
pool?
that
You don't have an
rich. We're
indoor
not-
pool?
No, come on.
I'm never going to see your house in Tour 1 magazine, am I? I'm not going to see that big feature, the
no,
Robinsons.
No.
You know, the
Once
master
upon a
living
time.
room.
Maybe someday. Maybe it'll come back again.
Really?
Maybe.
You gotta have a built-in pool
No. What would we use that for?
so I can come over and be your pool boy.
Yeah. We got friends. We'll hook you up and you can
Really?
go to their indoor
Okay.
pool, and we can
Thank
all
you.
let them pay the
Please.
heating bill and
Please,
everything else.
Please, if I can't have the money to live a great life, will you at least give me the illusion? Can I hang out with you and pretend once in a while that I'm one of the gang? It'll be our secret. Just sell me as one of the gang. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like, you can tell people I have a lot of money, but between you and I, let me just live that life.
Well, why don't you come over for Christmas Eve? Me and a girlfriend are gonna host a little Christmas Eve party. Why don't you come over?
See, I hate you for saying that because you say that now, and how many times have we been invited to things on the show? And then I
text
guarantee you, I will
would
trash you.
know.
Okay, I'm coming, and God help you if you don't invite me to your house on Christmas Eve.
You're
I will
invited.
do the whole month of January will be dedicated to trashing you.
No,
every
you're
show
invited.
will be your picture on the screen, and it'll just be whatever I can find out about you every single
And
week.
there's just so much out
And
there.
there's so much. I will dig. I will get private investigators to stalk you if you do not invite me to your house on Christmas Eve now. I'm a lunatic. Like, I take that personal. I'm like Pee-Pee Le Pew. You remember the cartoon Pee-Pee Le Pew?
Pepe Le Pew.
And he would chase the little squirrel, whatever, and he was the skunk.
Yes, I remember.
I'm like your Pee-Pee Le Pew. What's that?
I think it was a cat.
Was it a cat? It's right. It's a cat.
And he painted himself to look
And he
like
paid himself. Yes. I'm going to stalk you like that now if you do not invite me.
You're invited,
Okay.
Chauncey, anytime.
This is on the record. I'm going to post this everywhere.
You're invited.
Do I need to?
anytime.
How do I need to dress?
Just like that.
Just like this?
Just like that.
And don't embarrass me and say this is our before I get there and say this is our poor
You're
friend.
killing me because
Don't
I come
set the
across
tone.
as pretentious or bougie at all to you? Because
No.
I am the farthest away from
Just make me
bougie.
feel like I'm one of the gang.
I grew up on
I don't
the
want to be.
Indian
I don't want to be
reservation,
like that.
and you know
that
this.
basket case. Charity. This guy doesn't have anything, so we invite him. Just act like he. I won't embarrass you. I'll be behaved.
Okay.
I'll say very
And
little.
I'll even serve you in my best plastic red cup.
Really?
Yes.
All right then. And Cliff will act like I'm a friend. Like Cliff won't be like the.
If you're drinking out of the red cup and drinking with him, he'll
All right.
act like you're his friend.
Tell him not to ignore me because there's nothing worse than that, being ignored by Cliff. There's nothing more embarrassing than being around Cliff because Cliff's so big, and if he ignores you and he's big, it's intimidating. Like you feel like you have to leave.
I know.
All right. So there we go. So we have a date, Christmas Eve. I'm
Christmas
coming.
Eve. Absolutely.
Okay. So I want to thank you for coming on the show. This is the interview I always wanted. This is the conversation I needed to have with you.
And you got everything you've ever...
I'm happy. Are
happy?
you happy?
Yeah,
Not
I'm
so
happy.
bad, right?
You're not so bad.
These are the questions I wanted to ask you when Cliff was here that I didn't feel like I could
You
ask.
didn't have enough time?
Right, and I didn't feel comfortable asking in front of Cliff.
Well, I didn't give you that much, so we're good.
Yeah.
I left it
There are other
still-
questions
I
about
left
Cliff
it
we'll ask off
still-
the air. Like
I-
really personal.
Oh, yeah.
Right, Andrew? We have our off the air questions during dinner. And then we come back next week and we
then you hit me
and then
with
we talk
those.
about those answers.
I got it.
But it's going to take a couple of drinks before we get to that.
Gotcha.
All right. So anyway, Heather Robinson, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Anytime, babe.
We love you. You know that.
Yep, I love you.
You've been watching the Chaunce Hayden Show. We'll be back next week, and we'll see you then. Good night. Good night.